Hello, my name is Ryan Coble, and today I'm going to talk about the economic hardships of the financial panic of 1873. So let's begin on how the Panic of 1873 started. After the Civil War, there was a large expansion of construction projects, such as the building of railroads. A large bank by the name of J. Cook and Company were a major investor in the construction of this project. They undertook the major financial load on the building of the Northern Pacific Railway. And on September 18, 1873, J. Cook and Company declared bankruptcy. The failure of this bank started the domino effect, which made many other banks with no option but to close their doors. Banks failed, and the New York Stock Exchange closed for 10 days straight on September 20, 1873. Stock and bond trade was shut down for 10 days straight. This left Americans and Wall Street investors out of luck when it came to their financial trading. During my research, I found a newspaper front cover from the Library of Congress that I will link in the description to view after the podcast that shows the doors of the New York Stock Exchange being closed and a large group of angry people outside the exchange. This photograph shows the panic and anger of the American people during this time. Another factor of this event was President Ulysses S. Grant, who controlled monetary policy in an unprofessional way. He contracted the money supply, which led to rising interest rates. People who'd seek to purchase land could no longer do so, and businesses could no longer afford to invest in their company with high interest rates. This made a huge dent in the U.S. economy. Another issue was the printing of greenbacks. During the time of the Civil War, the U.S. government printed over $356 million in greenbacks. The value of greenbacks were only backed up by the government, not gold or silver. Having a currency like this led to problems such as corrupt politicians inflating the value for their own private interests. The New York Stock Exchange would rank the value of stocks and bonds based on an estimate that was not backed up by anything, and people had no true value of their land and what their land was actually worth. During the financial panic, wages fell by almost 25%, thousands of American businesses failed and grossed over $1 billion in debt from loans that they could not pay off. Workers lost jobs, and the landowners lost their land due to loans they defaulted on. Unemployment hit a two-digit percent value. One of the largest wage cuts was to the railroad industry, which was the largest labor industry during this time. These wage cuts in 1877 made railroad workers strike that halted the expansion of the railroad lines. I think this event is a fair comparison to the economic recession of 2008. Jobs in the 1870s, such as railroad labor jobs, were lost, and in 2008, thousands of automotive jobs were lost as well, especially in the Detroit, Michigan area where the heart of the automotive industry is located. The railroad industry was a large employer of many people, just like the automotive industry is today. Although this recent event did not last as long as the Panic of 1873, it was still a time of economic hardship in the United States. By 1879, after 6 years of financial hardship, the United States began to see signs of recovery, but the economy still showed some effects from this financial event. Thank you for listening to my podcast presentation. All sources used in this presentation can be found as a link in the description. Thank you.